Hi loves, today I wanted to talk about mother and daughter relationships, the different phases and cycles that we go through together. And we start when we are little and we admire our mom and we love her, we want to be just like her. And we are, in a lot of respects, like our mother. It wasn't until I started therapy that I realized how much like my mom I was. So whether it's codependent, narcissist, strong-willed, strong-headed, we pick up on a lot of that. And sometimes those are the things that are hardest for us to see and hardest for us to work through. So then we move on to testing the boundaries. We're always pushing the envelope. We want to do more. We want to have more independence. And in this phase, it's hard for our mothers to see us growing up and knowing that we can handle what is thrown our way. So we move into the phase of our mothers don't know anything, right? We don't want to hear their advice, and they always want to give it. I know I always wanted to give advice as well, and my kids didn't want to hear it a lot of times. Even though as we get older, we say, yeah, our mom was right, but we have to get there. We can't just be told everything, right? Otherwise you never learn for yourself, or you realize that you should have listened, but we all have to go through what we go through, right? Then we get into the phase of parenting adult children, which is a completely different level, right? They're not living with you, they've got their own lives, and we don't know everything that's going on. So we count on the relationship that we have to talk about things and to continue to be there in the ways that they need us. So maybe your mom's divorced and she's angry and frustrated with herself for the things that she allowed to happen in this relationship. And she's not forgiven herself, first and foremost, for what happened. So she's angry and mad all the time. And she is going to make everybody pay. If she's mad and angry, everybody's going to be mad and angry, right? So know that this isn't yours. It's up to your mom to figure this out. It's up to her to do her own work, to forgive herself and to forgive what happened in that relationship. It's also understanding the reason why she was with that person. Okay, so if either your mom or you are dating, or both of you are dating, we sometimes don't like the person that our mother or our daughter are dating. Okay, it is not. This isn't ours. It's not up to us to say this is who you should be with, or up to your mom to say this is who you should be with. We all are in this life to learn lessons, right? So the person that you're with for a reason, to learn something about yourself, to understand sometimes the things that you continue to do. I know I think about the guys that I dated, and I always thought my kids would say, what is our mom doing with this guy, right? They didn't get it, and it wasn't up to them to get. So every time the universe puts somebody in my life, it's for me to see that I've allowed a lot of the same things. I've gone for the same type of people. And for me to realize that and do the work so that I recognize it really quick. I don't have to be with somebody a year to all of a sudden realize this isn't where I wanted to be. So my kids never said anything to me. It wasn't theirs really to say, right? So if I asked them after the relationship was over, they would tell me with love and respect, but they never interfered. It wasn't theirs to fix. It was up to me to figure it out for myself. And it'll be up to your daughter as well, unless it's something that is destructive. Then for sure, it's about having a conversation about that. But know that you can't fix it. It's still up to your mother or your daughter to do the work to figure this out. Maybe you never met your mom, or you didn't have your mom around for very long. And I can't imagine this, and my heart goes out to all of you who have had to deal with that in your life. So what I would do is sit down and open your journal and journal about who your mom is and what your relationship is or was. Or if you didn't meet her at all, journal about how angry you are, or how sad you are, or what you've always wanted and it never happened in your life. And then take the time to write about who you really wanted your mom to be. You know, if she wasn't around for very long or you never met her, write about who she is, what you love about her and what she loves about you, and how proud you are of each other, and the things that you did in your life that really changed who you were. So write about who your mom is and know that that's who she is. And if you never met your mom and she's not around anymore, she's with you always. She's by your side. Talk to her, right? Have conversations. She's there for you, even though she's not in a physical form. So to work through the things that you want to work through, or have the conversation that you want to have with your mom or daughter, first and foremost, it's about love and respect for each other. And have no expectations when you go into this conversation. If you have expectations and things don't work out the way you wanted them to, or things weren't talked about, or you didn't get the answer you wanted, you will be more frustrated and continue to be upset that it wasn't what you wanted it to be. So no expectations, open heart, go in with an open heart, and no distractions. This is an important conversation the two of you are going to have, so let it just be the two of you. Love and respect, open heart, no distractions. And talk with a loving and caring voice. If you're yelling at each other, neither of you hears any of that, and nothing comes of it. So if one of you is yelling, realize this. Take a minute to take a breath, lower your voice, and the other person generally lowers their voice as well. And then you can actually have a conversation. So maybe say to your mom or your daughter, there's a few things that I've noticed that I really want to talk about, and I want to take this time, and I want to hear what you have to say, and I want you to hear what I have to say. And to sit down with a loving heart and bring up the things that you want to bring up, what you're upset about, what you want answers to that you didn't have answers to before. As we get older, sometimes we have more questions where we're just trying to understand. Okay, so love and respect, talk to each other, and listen. If you're not listening, nothing's gonna come of this, right? So listen, take it in, and process this. I mean, for your mom or your daughter to come to you and want to have a conversation, that shows you how much they love you and how much respect that they have for you. Okay, if they didn't care, they wouldn't sit down and have a conversation with you. So take a minute. Maybe talk about what you need and want in the relationship. You want to be closer. You want to talk more openly about things. Ask for these things, but also know that maybe there's a possibility that it either won't happen, or, things take time, right? As we work through our phases and cycles with our mom, as we get older and as they get older, we're all going through things in this life, right? So no judgment for where the other person is, and listen to what they have to say, because when they're speaking about something that means a lot to them, sometimes there's tears, and it can take some time. So give each other the space and the love and respect to say what they want to say and to process. If you're not having conversations, then you're telling yourself a story about each other. My mom this, my daughter that, judging each other and not really knowing the truth. So if you're not having conversations, you don't really know the truth. Maybe it was just hearsay. You heard somebody talk about this thing about your mom or your daughter, but you never really had a conversation with them about it. So you just assumed, and that's not a good place to be. Love and respect for each other. Know that you're going to go through a lot of phases and a lot of cycles, and there will be highs and lows, just like there is in any relationship. But as long as you're talking to each other and you're telling each other about how much you love each other, how much you respect each other, and how you want them to be happy and enjoy their life, right? I mean, speak from the heart and say what you want to say. I guess with my own mom, I always wanted her to see what I saw and to feel what I felt, right? And it wasn't until I opened my heart to who she really is as a person that we were able to build our relationship and had to have it really start to grow. And that didn't happen till I was in my 50s, so a couple of years ago. And now the relationship is like blooming and there is love and respect for each other. So the conversations, letting your guard down, opening your heart, and showing each other who you really are. I hope this was helpful. If you have any comments or you want to add anything or ask a question, please put those below. And if you want to work together, send me a private message and we'll figure that out. Thank you. Have a great day.